15 ways to improve your creative writing. Now, I'm thinking here primarily of a screenplay, but of course, this can apply to other creative writing as well, a memoir, a novel, or any creative work. So, what is way 5 of the 15 ways to improve and develop your writing? Way 5 is the perfect title. It's time to name your baby. One of the most underrated aspects of a screenwriter's arsenal is their ability to create titles that jump off the page. Quote, a great script with a crappy title faces an uphill battle. That's why I always make sure I have a title I like before I type fade in, even if later I change my mind. And that's a quote from John August. Objective, define the perfect titles for your drama screenplays. Advice. One of the most underrated aspects of a screenwriter's arsenal is their ability to create titles that jump off the page and further entices the powers that be in Hollywood to take notice. What are the factors to consider? What makes a title good or bad? And better yet, what makes a title stand out in strong and compelling fashion? Let's start with some examples to ponder. 1. The Babysitter Murders. 2. Shoeless Joe. 3. Star Beasts. 4. Wimpy. 5. Not Tonight, Josephine. 6. The Ship of Dreams. 7. East Great Falls High. 8. A Long Night at Camp Blood. 9. The Lunch Bunch. 10. Anhedonia. 11. It Had to Be Jew. 12. Love Hurts. 13. The Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night. 14. A Boy's Life. 15. Night Skies. 16. When I Grow Up. 17. Affairs of the Heart. 18. Coma Guy. You've never heard of these movies, or have you? Most of them are actually the original titles of some of the cinema's most iconic films. 1. Halloween. 2. Field of Dreams. 3. Alien. 4. Psycho. 5. Some Like It Hot. 6. Titanic. 7. American Pie. 8. Friday the 13th. 9. The Breakfast Club. 10. Annie Hall. And also 11, revision, 11, Annie Hall. 12, Basic Instinct. 13, Saturday Night Fever. 14, The Extraterrestrial. 15, Big. 17, Fatal Attraction. And last but not least, While You Were Sleeping. The reasons why they were changed and why we're glad they changed vary. We'll cover many elements of the hows and whys, but one can argue with the eventual decisions made for the final titles were wise ones. Some are stronger than others, but all of them are titles that best convey either, or a combination of, the concept, story, genre, or special compelling character featured in each script and eventual film. Avoid clickbait. Clickbait is a contemporary internet reference that also harkens back to the tools employed by print journalism, creating headlines that force readers to need to explore further. Focus on the core concept. The idea isn't to deceive, it's to entice. It's to showcase the strongest and most specific core element of your screenplay. The best titles often wrap the genre and the overall concept together in as few words as possible. Because the title is your first marketing tool that Hollywood sees, you want to find those words and terms that best encapsulate your whole screenplay. Alien is about as specific as it gets. The cast and crew of a space merchant vessel are tasked with surviving the assault of an alien on their ship. Big is another straight-to-the-core title. While the script's previous title, When I Grow Up, could be considered a strong contender, the single word big captures the essence of the film. So when you're looking to title that script of yours, understand that being overly specific is often the best way to go in the end. The unique character. Some screenplays have characters that are the focal point of the overall concept, which is to say that the whole film centers primarily on a unique character. If you take them out of the story, there is no story. You can't replace them with a stock protagonist. Juno is a unique character. She's a pregnant teen with a witty and beyond her years outlook on life that she isn't afraid to share. Without that character, there is no film. Forrest Gump is a unique character. He's a learning and socially challenged man that lives a rather adventurous American life. The whole film is about how this different character reacts to love, war, and loss. Without him, there is no film. Lady Bird is a unique character. The protagonist gives herself the name Lady Bird and longs to attend a prestigious college in a city with culture somewhere on the East Coast, despite her family's financial struggles. The fact that she gives herself this unique name points to her character's uniqueness. Malcolm X is a unique character, and because he is an historical figure, we automatically know what we are in for when we read that title. If you're tackling historical figures like that, sometimes using that person's name is the best title. Annie Hall is a unique character. While the film doesn't focus on her point of view like the other examples, her character is the main purpose of the concept as the main character. Neurotic New York comedian Alfie Singer falls in love with the ditzy Annie Hall. John Wick is a unique character. He is a force to be reckoned with, and the whole concept of the plot revolves around who John Wick is, what he is capable of, and why everyone should fear him. Naming a screenplay or film after the main character isn't always advisable, but in certain situations where you have a unique character that stands out, you should consider it as an option as long as the character is centered upon and strong enough to warrant pulling their name on the cover page. Another variation of this, including the name of the character in the title, as with the case of the films like Good Will Hunting, The Atom Project, Free Guy, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Eyes of Tammy Faye. While including names of the lead characters in titles may seem as if they pack less punch of a punch upon first sight, know that Hollywood is all about casting, and lead actors especially are looking for unique characters to play. If the character name is in the title, it's often a slight hint that the screenplay in question is character driven. The unique character type. In this context, character type is referring to a certain character that has a unique power, position, or occupation. American Sniper, and the fictional action film Sniper before it, is a title that sells the concept, story, character, and much of the genre, all in one. The underrated Alec Baldwin and Demi Moore film The Juror sold the package of the film with its title. The film was simply about how a juror involved in a sensitive case deals with coercion from the mafia. American Assassin sells the concept of American that becomes an assassin after his fiancée is killed by terrorists. The Invisible Man, or the lesser title of The Hollow Man, was about, yes, a man who has acquired the power to become invisible. So if you have a character that has a certain power, position, or occupation that stands out, consider using that, or a variation of it, for the title of your script. Words like the soldier, the general, the master, the conjurer, the hypnotist, the garbage man, the lawyer, the wrangler, the pilot, the engineer, the mailman. These are all examples of the possibilities that you can explore, depending on your script. The variations can be as simple as dropping the from the title, which makes for a more powerful statement with a single word. You can also add additional words into the mix to give the title more depth, such as The Soldier Within, Lawyer No More, The Last Pilot, etc. Avoid the Steven Seagal syndrome. You want to always avoid generic terminology and phrases in your screenplays, words and combinations thereof that could really mean anything and everything. We call this the Steven Seagal syndrome. Here are the titles of many of Seagal's films: Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Out for Justice, On Deadly Ground, Fire Down Below, Half Past Dead, Out for a Kill, Driven to Kill, Contract to Kill, Out of Reach, Into the Sun, Mercenary for Justice, etc. If you're not a truly dedicated Seagal fan, you wouldn't know the difference between most of these movies because they are utterly generic titles. Sure, many denote the characteristics of the hero, but beyond that, they don't stand out. They are forgettable. And when you're in the first phase of writing a screenplay with spec scripts, forgettable is not a term you want connected with your writing. Capture the genre. Studios and producers will want and need to know the genre of your script before they even read it. The title is the best and fastest way to do that. E.T., the extraterrestrial, captures its genre instantly and is much more broad and appealing compared to its former titles, A Boy's Life and Night Skies. When you're titling a drama, search any and all terms that touch on those types of stories. Do the same for action, horror, and comedy. Search for keywords and phrases that emulate the tone and atmosphere of those specific genres. Then delve deeply by looking at synonyms for those words and try to create compelling wordplay on the phrases you find. Explore titles with dual meanings. A screenplay's title comes into play twice, before the reader reads the script and then after they've read it. When you've paid extra attention to crafting a title, you can often come up with two meanings. This offers extra significance to the title and also manages to give the reader an extra punch when they're done. If you look at the title for the Tom Hanks film Castaway, you'll notice the dual meaning behind it. His character is literally cast away from his world, specifically from the love of his fiancée, and he literally becomes a castaway when his plane crashes and he washes up on shore of an uninhabited island. Good Will Hunting has the dual meaning of including the unique lead character name, and it denotes the story element of finding good in Will Hunting. CODA has the dual meaning of being the acronym for child of deaf adult and also refers to the word coda that means ending, which points to the lead character's ending of life as she knew it with her deaf parents. This is where the screenwriter can truly have fun with their titles and use their creativity on multiple levels. Ensure that the titles make sense to the story. Years ago, Sony was developing a film called 50 First Kisses. At the time, this was Adam Sandler's next film, reuniting him with the Wedding Singer co-star Drew Barrymore. The film tells the story of Henry Roth, a man afraid of commitment up until he meets the beautiful Lucy. Then they hit it off, and Henry thinks he finally found the girl of his dreams, until he discovers she has short-term memory loss and forgets him the very next day. He takes it upon himself to meet her again and again, despite the fact that at the dawn of each new day, she forgets who he is. Now, if you watch the film, you'll notice that while they may have 50 dates on screen and off, they don't necessarily have 50 kisses. So the title of the film was changed to 50 First Dates. Lesson learned. Make sure that the title stays true to the story. Don't call your script The Lone Gunman if the main character travels with multiple gunmen. Google any and all titles. Compelling titles are hard to come by, and as we are all humans, well, great minds think alike. It's not uncommon to discover that multiple books, screenplays, and movies share the same title that you just brainstormed for 2 weeks. It can be heartbreaking, so do yourself a favor and Google any titles that you come up with. If you find matches with self-produced books or any other more obscure property, don't worry about it as long as the content is vastly different. But if you see that the previous movies have been released with the same title, or there are upcoming releases in development or production, you're better off going in a different direction. There is no exact science for creating masterful screenplay titles. No magic formula, no fill-in-the-blank Mad Lib sheet. It's all trial and error. The true key is to put a lot of thought in it because it truly is a key factor to your screenplay in that first phase. A strong title can be the difference maker, no matter how ludicrous that may seem to some. These 9 directives are there to help you through the journey of finding that one title. And maybe you'll luck out and find one that proves to be lightning in a bottle. Assignment. With these 9 directives in mind, take some time to think of 10 or more possible titles for your script. Do some research online and look up the subjects, themes, and types of characters that your screenplay has. Be creative, but also think of it in marketing terms as well. Creating an excellent title before you begin to write is often important as it gives your premise some identity. You can always change it. Have fun. Well, that's it for this particular way 5 of the 15 ways to improve your creative writing. Now, if you have not gotten a hold of the Hero's Journey worksheet, DM me and I can send that to you, plus some bonus movie clips. Until next time, and we'll get to way 6, that's it for this particular episode of Way 5. Until next time, Deus Vult.